Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and Sakura is a monster, and you should be EXing her immediately. We're going to talk about why Sakura EX is so powerful. We're also going to talk about why Rhaldor EX is okay. So let's go ahead and dig in. So there's one really important reason that Sakura is a monster and that you will be wanting to level her, and that is going to be her cost. She is a 70 cost unit, and for those of you that kind of run in class match and run in restricted PvP or guild battle that are restricted, having a cost 70 UR unit is extremely powerful to have, and there are a lot of times where you can put together combinations with cost 70 units that you would, otherwise have to put an MR in your composition in order to utilize. So that is the first reason that Sakura is a beast. Jumping into her EX abilities though, the first thing you have to look at is her passive, and that's going to be Thunderbolt or Cherry Blossom Thunder. It already upgrades Rebel Intention, it already upgrades Agility 12%, but it's also going to give Magic Resistance Penetration 40 for self. This is huge for her damage potential on mostly PvP targets that have magic resistance, but even in PvE, this is very powerful. So while we've seen Sakura kind of fall off, Sakura is really going to be able to slide into that cost 70 niche in PvP formations, especially with some of the other abilities that she has. In terms of her counters, she does have Magic Reflex, which we may see. She also has Retaliation, which is a 20% chance to proc a 50% magic buff, which is really powerful. But this is only kind of the beginning of her EX kit, and it just gets crazier from here. The fact that she is a 70 cost unit, and also the fact that she has access to lightning element abilities in her kit, does mean that she's kind of a full spectrum unit. She can go in lightning compositions, she can go in light element compositions. She's one of the only units in the game that can actually do this. And interestingly enough, one of her lightning abilities is what's getting upgraded. And while it doesn't increase the damage, it doesn't increase the imperil that's going to be associated with it, because it does decrease lightning and light resistance by 30%. It is going to give her a 20% agility buff, which is a very substantial agility buff. Now, keep in mind, remember, we're talking about her from a PvP perspective right now. She's also going to get an upgrade to Rebel Intention. Now, if you don't remember what Rebel Intention is, because it's been a long time since you've used Sakura, it was actually one of the first abilities in the game that could actually dispel guts. It was a 220% modifier ability, and it had quite significant range. And what's truly monstrous about the enhancement here is that it is going to not only increase the modifier to 265%, which is one of the highest modifiers in the game, it's also going to give the ability Spirit Penetration 50. This is disgusting. This is one of those things that is so bonkers and so powerful, especially for a cost 70 unit. This is going to kill your units. You mark my words, you are going to go into class match, you're going to go into like restricted guild battle, and you are going to get killed by this ability. This will murder your units. Now, not only does she get all of that, she also gets a job level 25 ability, significantly less exciting, but it is going to break magic barrier for the target at a 220% modifier. Okay, I'll take it. If she's going up against other magic units, why not? Why the heck not? Now, for those of you that worry about her accuracy, I mean, reasonable concern. She does have access to 100% hit from her Kododama sub. Her limit break also, if you are taking her into a PvE situation, is a 3-hit light chaining ability. So she does still have some capacity for PvE. End all be all though, if you are watching this video and you're like, should I level Sakura? Do it. Like, come on, just do it. Do it. This is me pressuring you to do it. Rhaldor, not nearly as exciting as Sakura. The one thing I remember about Rhaldor and Rhaldor's EX, I remember Rhaldor's EX being talked about on the global side, and I remember it being talked about with the perspective of a Japanese YouTuber who was so upset that Rhaldor's EX wasn't good. He was literally like so upset. And that's all I heard about Rhaldor's EX from people, is that this Japanese YouTuber was super pissed that Rhaldor's EX was terrible. And, you know, Rhaldor is one of those units who, he's cool. He's never really had his time in the sun. You know, he does have that defense penetration 20 in his base kit. Let's take a look at what he did get in his EX kit, though. Okay, so one of his buffs is going to give him pierce resistance and missile resistance 15%. Let's look at his native resistances here. So he already has 15% pierce resistance. He already has 20% missile resistance. So, I mean, that would put him at a base 35% missile resistance, which doesn't sound good. And I wonder, with Delita coming out and with the dominance of Cloud and Lightning on the JP side, I wonder if we're actually going to see maybe Rhaldor show up with Delita, because one, Delita has a physical damage barrier that negates 50% for 3 attacks on him, and Rhaldor with 35% missile resistance because Lightning has missile-based abilities that she uses. I wonder if we're going to see maybe Rhaldor make an appearance in fire compositions now. He, of course, you know, doesn't have any good counters. You're probably going to be setting Paladin's Guard for him to reduce physical damage taken. Looks like he has one ability that gets upgraded, and that upgraded ability is going to be able to lower the defense of the opponent. So it is going to be a 20 defense down. It is point blank, unfortunately, but it actually is 100% hit attack. Y'all, I'm gonna make the claim right now. I'm making the claim right now that Rhaldor EX is gonna make a comeback on JP. Why doesn't Snow have these abilities? Like, Snow could actually be viable. Rhaldor has a move to target panel. Rhaldor has a decreased defense. Like, I just did the Snow video. Why doesn't Snow have these? Like, Rhaldor's legit, like, better than Snow. Decreases defense by 20, 210 modifier, 100% hit chance, increases the modifier by 37% for each time you receive damage. I mean, okay, we'll take it. His job level 25 breaks physical barrier for the target and increases his defense 45 for 1 turn. Snow, I don't see you increasing your defense by 45 for 1 turn. Snow literally has a buff that increases his defense by 20 and spirit 20 and defense debuff resistance. Like, why doesn't Snow have this ability? This would make so much sense on him. Like, this would be right up his alley. Oh my God, what are they thinking? The one thing Rhaldor is really missing, though, and it's unfortunate, is there is no defense penetration besides his mastery ability in his kit. He does have a buff for defense penetration by 20, so he could get up to 40 defense penetration. It also increases strike by 40, which, I mean, strike plus 40 is pretty good. Strike doesn't have a lot of resistances, though, in general, and he can decrease strike resistance with his limit break. So I guess the question is Rhaldor ever worth it? And it's interesting, and I really wonder if we will see Rhaldor make an appearance with Delita in some type of like Terra, Rhaldor, Delita composition. Now that we are seeing Snow coming out, now that we're seeing Agrius come out, it's going to be really interesting to kind of follow the JP meta. I don't think you need Rhaldor on the global side right now. I don't think there's a single reason for you to get Rhaldor. Maybe we'll see Rhaldor be good with Terra because Terra is a little bit more powerful on the global side, and Rhaldor has 100% hit chance attack. But Rhaldor doesn't have the slash resistance. He's really focused on pierce and missile. So, God, if you could just combine Snow and Rhaldor together, you would actually have a good striking unit. Like, if you just took the best of both of them and just combine, like, I don't know how they missed the mark on this. This is just a tragedy, and Rhaldor's not that bad. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm curious what you guys think about Rhaldor down in the description down below. Let me know, and have a great rest of your day.